Good evening from Australia. Um, Good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Petra. For those of you who are new here tonight, I've been with Healy for 3.5 years. And before that, been living and working in an energy world since I was 7 years old. So all these trainings tonight and moving forward are based on Healy knowledge as well as my own experience. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat, as well as we're going to look at them at the end. But good evening, good afternoon, and I was just thinking that the last comment would be good night. It's like, okay, let's go to bed. Sorry, I'm in Brisbane and it's really hot today. It's been sticking hot for the last literally few months. Um, okay, let me just do English. So we have that. Yeah, so I'm a bit hot today. So if I'm red, that's why I'm hot, because it's like 30 degrees and it's 7 p.m. here. So, okay, so tonight what we're doing is looking at the state of balance with Healy. So my question to you would be, and pop it in the chat because I really want to know, what do you, oh, let me just share so we actually have some slides, right, to work with. Just let me know if you actually see my slides. Oh, what's happening here? Okay. Oh, and where are you? Great. I've lost you. Here. Okay. Let's try that. Sorry for that. It kind of disappeared. Here we go. Okay. Let me know if you can see my slides. Thumbs up, everybody? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Sorry, I have two screens. Things are just disappearing on me. Okay, state of balance. So let me know in the chat, what do you think or feel the state of balance is for you? I would love to know, how do you see the state of balance for yourself, in your body, in your emotional well-being, and how does that look like for you? And I will just organize my screen so I can actually see you properly. I don't know what happened today. Normally everything works properly. Okay, chats. To feel good. When we've been in coherence and relaxed, expanded and light, at peace with thoughts and actions. Okay. Think, see and feel. But when what you think, see and feel are the same. That's an interesting perspective. State of balance would be emotional balance, mental balance, to feel peace. Okay. 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 So my question to you, when we look at balance in the body or in emotions or mental balance or whatever we're looking at, do you think I can consciously regulate what is going on inside of me and how I can interact with outside world? I love that one. Okay. So my question to you is, do you think when you actually are in state of balance that there is no challenges, or are there challenges even when you're in state of balance? Do you feel that state of balance is something that, for example, you stop working on things and everything is just perfect? Or do you feel like this is something that is an ongoing process? Challenges would be there, but we maintain our calm. So we don't lose the farm. of the animals. A lot of challenges, a lot of challenges. Okay, yes, there are challenges. Challenges are all manageable. Yeah, the challenges may be there, but how we handle matters. Yeah, respond instead of react. Ongoing process. Perfect. I love this because when I work with my clients, majority of time when I actually start the state of balance and I go, okay, so what is state of balance for you? They come back to me and say, I just want peace. I don't want anyone screaming at me. I don't want anyone telling me what to do. I don't want anyone, annoying me. And I always go, that's an interesting one. Um, State of balance is something that it actually refers to an individual's ability to maintain their line of gravity within their base of support. So, for example, physical balance means that you can walk on a flat or any surface and you actually can balance your body so you don't fall over, right? A scale has a balance, right? So it has a base support and you balance it on both sides in order to actually be even. That doesn't mean that, on both sides, they'll be the same things, right? If you actually have a kilo of, I don't know, potatoes on one side and then a kilo of feathers on the other side, they both weigh a kilo, right? So they're balanced, but they're different quantities, right? So that's the same thing that happens in life and in our body. We need to balance certain elements in our world, be it emotional, be it physical, be it energetic, and they normally don't come in equal sizes or equal amounts in our body or in our world, right? So, for example, the balance can also be described as the ability to maintain equilibrium. Yeah, so literally balancing yourself in integrity, being aligned emotionally, energetically with yourself, meaning that nothing can push you out of balance, or if it does push you out of balance, you can come back into your center really fast. And equilibrium can be defined as any condition in which all acting forces are cancelled by each other, resulting in a stable balanced system. This is a really good one because in frequency, when we're looking at Healy, frequencies can actually cancel each other. Yeah. So if we have a frequency wave that's long and then a smaller wave that actually hits it at the right point, what you will get a flat line. Yeah. So this is how they actually, I'm not supposed to say this here. There's plenty of videos online. You can actually look at it. But with new studies coming out with frequencies, this is the point where you get, for example, a frequency of a bacteria, or a frequency of a certain emotion, or a frequency of something that's out of balance. Yeah. And you can actually pinpoint that frequency and you can actually get an interactive frequency that actually balances out and that thing disappears. Yeah. So you can Google online if you want to. There's plenty of new videos on there with new research. But this is what happens. So it's not only on a physical level, it's not only on an emotional level, right? We tend to say on emotional level, if you feel fear, right? You want to look into love, right? The oppositions, right? But you can't just get to love from fear. You need to have a balancing frequency in between, which is normally gratitude. Yeah. So those frequencies will always bounce off each other because, as we know, the law of energy is that nothing can't be destroyed. It can only be transferred or transformed. So we need to play with that, right? So you've probably seen this symbol, of course, yin and yang, right? The balance of the world. It exists within us first, right? So if we actually want to create a balanced environment that we live in, then we need to create a balanced environment within ourselves, right? Because the world around us is a mirror. And I'm not saying that neighbor that annoys you and you hate it, right, is the same as you. Yeah, I'm not saying that. That's not a mirror in that kind of sense. But the frequency in there is something that actually triggers you and evokes something within you, making you be pushed out of balance. right? So this is how we kind of look at things, so we can say, okay, so what pushed me out of balance, that we can actually look at and come back to our integrity. So balance that does not equal perfection or perfect, yeah, and it does not equal no disruptions or disturbances in the world, right? Balance means that we know who we are, we know what is important to us, we understand that anything that's happening around us either has something to do with how we feel or how we respond to the world, or it has something to do with an energy in our field. So it's literally showing us the information that's coming to us, and it has nothing to do with that person or that issue or that animal or whoever. Yeah, they are literally just presenting us with opportunities and options, and let's say a theater. it's a good animation and a good entertainment in life, and they're actually offering us an opportunity to transform. And transform doesn't mean oh, I need to now be a different person in that moment. Yes, kind of, but it means looking at the frequency, looking at the issue, the emotion, and that frequency of that emotion, or that frequency of that thought, or the frequency of the physical body. Yeah, and how can I shift the state of being into balance, which is our natural state of being. Yeah, so balance is literally alignment within ourselves on an energetic, emotional, mental, and physical level. So when we want to create inner peace in energy, when two forces come together, they spin, yeah, energy spin. And in order to create balance, they need to both come to a specific spin or how do you say it? My brain is not working today. Speed, yeah, of spin. So when they come together, they actually align. So when they align, if they stop spinning, what happens is they will come out of balance again. So they need to move non-stop. The same happens with us in our lives. So for example, on the physical body, we need to keep transforming and changing and adapting and tweaking things in our physical body in order to bring us back to balance, because we are affected by the environment around us. And by being affected by the environment around us, we constantly need to support our physical body in order to be in balance. That is our responsibility and no one else's. So we know that positive and negative exist in balanced state, right? Because they cancel each other, right? So if you, for example, have an angry child, yeah, and you come with love and compassion and you have a calm energy, they will start regulating. Yeah, so they will emotionally start regulating because energy transfers and they cancel each other out. Oppositions. We live in a 3D world. 3D world means there's a two-dimensional world underneath us, meaning we have oppositions. That's what two dimensions is, right? It's light, dark, sweet, sour, whatever you want to call it, right? There's oppositions. And these oppositions actually make us grow, be it on a physical level in our body as health, for example. Oppositions, we will be faced with challenges within our body. We will be faced with situations that will make us need to put our, detective hat on and actually start pushing us into situations where we'll be invited to look at how our body actually works and what our body needs, and actually start listening to the body instead of actually just doing things with our head. Because when we do it with our heads, it's not going to work. It's not going to be supporting our body. Change and transformation moves us into temporary state of imbalance. So we know that we need to move all the time, yeah, in order to keep the balance. So anything that changes around us, anything that changes within us, is going to push us into imbalance. So what does this mean? For example, you've been in kind of status quo on a physical level with health. It's not balanced, but in order to come back to balance, you're going to kind of rock the boat. Yeah. So that means that you're actually going to move your body through transformation, and in between and through the transformation, you're actually going to be in a state of imbalance. And you're going to start observing your body, how it actually responds to the environment in order to actually come back to balance. That's how we learn. Because, I had this conversation the other day with a friend of mine, and she said, why can't we just have instant healing? And I was like, well, some do, but what is necessary to actually have an instant healing? Well, that means that you would need to be a completely different person from today till tomorrow, with a different past, with a different future. You would need to literally reinvent yourself to actually not have any attachments to all of those frequencies that you had yesterday. It is possible. But my question to you would be how much you would actually learn. That's why we have time. The journey helps us to see things that we normally would not see if we would have an instant healing. There's an integration that happens through the healing. There's a change of thought patterns, change of emotional patterns, change of a physical pattern that actually happens through the healing. So be patient with yourself on a physical, emotional, mental, energetical healing, whatever you're doing. Be kind and gentle with yourself and be patient, because those steps in between are important for you, because you are now transforming into a different person and you're coming back to the state of balance of who you are, but you need to unlearn, let go of things that are not working for you. Yeah, balance can only exist in a movement, correct? Too much? Yes. So too much of something or not enough of something can also push us out of balance. For example, too much of rest can push us out of balance, out of alignment. Too much exercise or too much pushing and creating and doing can push us out of balance on a physical, emotional, mental, energetical levels. So make sure this is a dance, right? Because we're dancing through life. We are finding the right dance in order to balance ourselves every step of the way. Finding different ways, because we're changing all the time as well. So the state of balance will shift and change accordingly as well. It's not going to be the same all the time. Yeah? Hope this makes sense. So this is just a pre-frame. So before we move into programs and things like that. Okay. So how do we maintain our balance, our state of balance in the body, in our emotions and mental state, and our energy? So what happens in the body? So our body actually naturally knows how to come back to balance. It has this really intelligent system inside, yeah, that we're trying to outsmart with our ego and our brain and tell it not to do stuff that, or tell it to do things that we know better, right? So our body is actually really intelligent. And it does that with homeostatic regulation. So homeostasis is something that happens naturally in the body. So when the homeostasis is not coming back to center, onto presence, and it's not working properly in the body, that means that we've been pushing our body too far out of the alignment, and your body can't really come back, and it's just coping. Yeah. One thing on a physical level that I will say, and a lot of people forget, especially with Healy. Healy is a device that works on a microcurrent, meaning it's like a charger for your cells, right? So it actually distributes electrical current into your cell. And of course we have resonance as well, but either way, energy, electricity, frequency needs a carrier, and that carrier is water. So water in a cell, when you look at cell, it's a circle, yeah. Water in the cell has double layers. So it has an outside circle and an inside circle, and then the center. So in that layer, we have oils and water, and there's salt needed, that actually, salt and minerals needed in order to actually transfer the information. So when we are drinking a lot of water, we Healy applications, and that's important, please don't forget that you actually need minerals in order to get the water into the cell and in order to actually transfer the information into the cell. So on a physical level, it's really important not to just drink water, but to actually add minerals into the water. So there's options for you to do that. One is Celtic salt, if you are normally low on heavy metals. If you are having a lot of heavy metals in the body, then I would recommend sea moss, Irish sea moss, in a gel. You can just pop it into water. It literally has 92 minerals out of 102 minerals that our body needs. And it's actually really simple to use. So if you are, because if we're looking in the world's population, currently statistics say that more than 80% of people are actually mineral deficient. So if there's no minerals in the body, there's no alkalinity in the body. So water and minerals go together. So if you think of water in the, for example, in nature, so water goes through the mountain and it, flows over the rocks, and water actually binds minerals onto itself. So when it goes over the rocks, it actually binds the minerals. And when we drink that water that's high in minerals, what happens in our body is our cells take the minerals out and we flush out just normal water. But if we don't actually have the minerals in the water, what happens then? So if water binds the minerals on itself when it goes over the rocks, and if you drink water that's lacking minerals, what do you think it's going to do in the body? It's going to leach your minerals out of the body. So if we are leaching the minerals by drinking a lot of water and not adding new minerals in, we're actually making our body acidic. We're not alkalizing our body. So just have that in mind when you are doing Healy, because otherwise you can have issues on the skin, you can have issues on the detoxification system, and we're going to look at that at the end of the month. But just something to base you with on a physical body. So this is how we maintain the basic concept of balance on a physical level. Then we're looking at the emotions. So our perception actually creates certain responses in the body. So when we have the perception of something's attacking us or something's triggering us, right? Based on our perceptions, we establish our needs. And this is what happens with our mental patterns as well. If something is out of balance, so for example, I don't know, something happened in our childhood, like a trauma situation, and we establish certain needs based on that perception and that trauma situation, we will be looking at situations in life in order to actually bring that balance back, because that actually keeps us safe emotionally and mentally. So when we have triggers in our environment, we react based on our perception, what our trauma glasses are, yeah? And we react instead of respond. And that creates more conflict. And sometimes subconsciously, we create conflict in order to bring balance or to, how do you say it? Discharge the intensity of the imbalance that was created in the environment, and that causes the conflict. So on an emotional and mental level, we create exchanges of energy and thoughts and patterns in order to create balance in relationships. Yeah, so this is kind of how we work. And as soon as we actually release and transform that trauma glasses perspective, our needs become different. So we establish a different environment, meaning that we're going to look through different glasses to the environment around us. Oh, look, I have my thumbs up again. On an energetic level, how do we maintain balance? So this is not just healthy and unhealthy ways. This is how we actually strive to create balance. It doesn't mean that it's peaceful. Yeah, so balance means both ways. So just in order to create equilibrium, to come back to status quo, and if that status quo was making you feel safe, it doesn't mean that you're in balance, is just coming back to the equilibrium that you were. But if you remove the traumas and remove the perspective, you truly come back to balance if you work on your body. And this is where, for example, aura scans and things like that come in. Energetic base. So energetic level, energy, as we know, can't be destroyed, only can be transferred and transformed. So in order to create balance, we either can drain energy from someone. Yeah, it can also be that someone else's balance is draining, and coming back to balance is draining our energy. Yeah, because the exchange of energy happens. We also need to recharge. So recharge can happen directly from our source if we know how to connect and really build our energetic space in our nervous system, or from others. Yeah, we can recharge from other people. We can recharge from animals. Animals actually are really good at helping us with that. We can recharge from plants, like going to the forest. We can recharge from the planet, like grounding. So all of that happens for the state of balance. Our body will automatically find a way in order to come back to balance by exchanging the energy. And the draining of the energy, for example, if you ever went to a shopping center or went to a group of people, and all of a sudden after a certain time you started being really, really tired, yeah? Or you came home and you were like, what happened there, right? So those are the drainages of energy in the energetic field. And what happens there is that's not sometimes, but majority of times is actually not done intentionally. It's just because we are not aware of our energetic boundaries and energetic field, and we are not aware of how energy is being exchanged. The exchange and the drainage of the energy happens automatically without us even thinking about it. Yeah. And normally when I have clients and they come to me and they're normally really sensitive, they like to call themselves empaths. I always tell them that, being an empath just means that you don't have really good energetic boundaries. That means that you need to learn how to actually sustain your energetic field and how to actually recharge it without being affected by other people. Yeah, we're going to be affected either way, but it's how you actually work with it, how you work with your energetic boundary, how you work with your energy, that you keep it and sustain it so it's not affecting others and you're keeping your own space as well. So this is the balance and how it happens on different levels. Now let's look at what we could do with Healy on different levels in order to keep the balance. So I'm going to go through this first, and then I'm actually going to open up a description of programs, and I'm going to show you certain programs that are really, really beautiful to support you on a basis for keeping the balance. Yeah. So first of all, in order to actually balance your body or balance anything on any level, it starts with foundations. So on a physical level, that's air, water, nutrients, minerals, energy. Yeah, where is your source of energy? Where are you actually getting your energy to recharge? Your immune system, elimination of toxins, and regeneration. So these are the foundations to actually keep your body in balance on all levels, because what influences the physical body will influence the emotional, will influence the mental, and will influence the etheric, the energetic body, the energetic field around us. Yeah, so this is just basics, but it's something to think about. Yeah, so if things are out of balance all the time in your environment and your body's out of balance on any of the levels, it's really important to go back to basics and look at what is causing this before you just bombard your body with frequencies. Because if we actually not doing the things that we need to, like that are necessities, no matter how many programs you're going to send to your body, if the root cause is not addressed, you're going to see improvements, but you're not going to move forward into true balance because you're going to be pushed back into imbalances all the time. Okay, so body. First of all, when we start Healy on a physical level, I always, always, always recommend bringing your body back to balance, preparing your body with frequencies, and especially focusing on systematic programs. So programs that are based on body systems and work with energetic field as well. This actually helps to balance certain systems in the body, helps to prepare the frequencies in the body for frequencies, and actually helps to clear out for the elimination process that's coming after. And we're going to look at them today. So those beautiful ones are gold cycles, Bioenergetic Harmony 1 and 2, which I love truly. Then we have deep cycles on the physical body, which are really, really, really important. And we're going to have a whole session on deep cycles in 2 weeks. Yeah, we're going to look at the protocols and everything into it. So we're going to go and look at the deep cycles. Then we have digital nutrition mixtures, which are literally supporting your body with specific minerals and vitamins, and there are certain hormones in there as well, frequency-wise, that are actually helping your body to absorb and generate and stimulate those hormones, messengers, whatever it is in the body. Then we have the power of 3, which are specific protocols for specific elements of the body. And then we have meridians 1 and 2. We'll have the meridians at the end of this month as well. So we're going to look at that. And then we have fitness programs, which are great supporting programs. And then we have beauty and skin, which is literally the largest organ of our body is the skin. We're going to look at, I'm just going to go through this, and then we're actually going to look at the specific programs. Okay, so then emotional support. So what I do when I look at the state of balance in the body, if emotions are out of alignment and they're quite like huge, they come and explode and express, and they're quite dominant. I like to look at what's happening in a physical body and what's happening in an energetic environment, because both of them are influencing the emotions from 2 different sides. So if we look at what brings our emotions out of balance, hormones are first, yeah, that actually push our emotions out of balance. Second is the gut. So the gut, if you don't know, serotonin, which is a happy hormone, 70% of serotonin is actually created in our gut. So if your microbiome in your gut and your bacteria and environment in your gut and how you're feeding your gut system and the detoxification system is not balanced, your emotions will not be balanced. So those are the things on a physical level. On an energetic level, things that are influencing emotions are your energetic boundaries. So if you are absorbing people's energy or taking on their problems, or if there's no clear line between where you end and someone else's begin, and you actually try to codependently attach to someone, energetically means that your energy is being drained, and that pushes your emotions out of balance because it influences your adrenal glands, yeah, in your body, and again, your hormones. So something to work with emotionally, of course, supporting the physical body, looking at the energetics, but some programs that work really well are Soul Cycle, and we're going to have a session for Soul Cycle. I think it's in March. We're going to look at the protocols and things like that. Beauty programs. There's a beautiful program in beauty that's called Inner Beauty or Inner Unity. Sorry, Inner Unity, that actually helps to balance your center. Yeah, to actually accept yourself and align with yourself, which is really good. Mental balance programs are really beautiful because they work on your thought patterns. There's an emotional well-being program in there, which is beautiful for balancing emotions. It really calms your nervous system down, actually changes the perspective, how you see the world around you. Then we have job and sleep. So anything in sleep works on the nervous system. Yeah, and in job there's an activation program. We looked at that a few weeks ago. Activation program is beautiful to actually activate your energetic field, meaning that you can really balance your bioenergetic field and you're not influenced by others so much, but you also activate your own energy so you are not so sensitive to other people's emotions around you. Yeah. Learning programs are really good too for mental balance and your perspective of how you see the situation. And of course, if you're overloaded with stress, if you're overloaded with, sensory perceptions of the world around you, memory can be the one that is actually really challenging. So there's programs in there that help you balance both the left and right hemisphere and actually help to calm the nervous system and actually change the perspective of how you see the world around you. Then we have energetic perspective and energetic balance. So keeping your energetic field, bioenergetic field balanced is really important. Why? We talked about this last year when we talked about the Taurus field. So our nervous system is what is charging our Taurus field, our energetic field around us. So if we are agitated and triggered all the time and our nervous system is triggered non-stop, that means that our energetic field, our boundaries around us will actually weaken. So what happens to the energetic field around us is if our aura or energetic field is actually strong, we will have this huge space around us. Yeah, so there'll be like beautiful bubble, a lot of space in between, right? The bubble and ourselves physically. But if we are agitated and a nervous system is always agitated, what happens is this field actually shrinks and it shrinks closer to your body. That means that if you are in the environment with other people, you will be more affected physically by others. So you need to start strengthening your nervous system, balancing your nervous system and hormones in order to actually strengthen your energetic field, in order to strengthen energetic boundaries. So all of them are connected. Yeah. And of course, if the field is close to you, then you'll be agitated and your hormones and your emotions will start coming out like a volcano. Yeah. Sorry, there's a sirens. Okay, so some programs that are really, really good to actually strengthen your energetic boundaries around you and strengthen your energetic field are release in Gold Cycle, activation in job, and coherence in bioenergetic support. These are my three favorite that I normally go to. Release is really good because if the field is really close to us, we need to actually let go of things that are not ours in order to actually start strengthening the energy. So activation is then activating the field, our own energetic field, in order to start building it. Coherence brings us, our brain, our mind, and heart in alignment, meaning that the flow of energy is now flowing through the body seamlessly and smoothly. That means that it's actually strengthening our field around us and we feel calmer. Yeah, so those three are really, really important programs to actually work with. Then we have chakras in order to actually move the energy out of the energetic centers. You can use the aura scans in your blue app as well, and then focus on the pink app, maybe one chakra per week, and really run the chakras in a pink app to actually strengthen those centers and move the energy out of the centers. And then we have bioenergetic defense. These are a few things if depending on how much time we'll have, but there are a few things in here that we can glance on. But there's few programs in there that I really like, especially when we have really intense energies, planetary stuff happening. When Schumann resonance, which is I call it heartbeat of the earth, which is literally magnetic frequency of the earth. Yeah, so and that can be agitating sometimes with solar flares, and our body is actually connected to the magnetic field of the earth. So when the earth is experiencing magnetic disturbances, our electromagnetic field can be literally feeling the disturbances as well. So in the bioenergetic defense, there's a few programs which are really good to actually work with if you are sensitive to that. Bioenergetic vitalization, we're going to have a specific separate session for that. But I love bioenergetic vitalization. So if you don't have it, it's on the professional. If you have someone, if you don't have the professional, if you have someone that has it, try it, honestly. Bioenergetic vitalization is my favorite. It works on the DNA, and I can't say that. So yeah, it's really beautiful. Just saying, we're going to go in depth in that. And bioenergetic support, you have the bioenergetic boost and the coherence in there. So coherence is the alignment, and bioenergetic boost is beautiful because it actually boosts your energetic field. It strengthens it, and it keeps it running and strong, no matter where you are and how you do it. Okay. So today I actually wanted to focus more on the physical body because we're moving into the physical body, and I really wanted to show you how to keep balancing your physical body, because on an energetic field, when you resonant, when you use the resonance analysis app, so the blue app, and you vibrate the resonance frequencies, you can influence your bioenergetic field really fast. And even with soul cycles or any other programs, you can actually influence your emotions really fast. But because the physical energy is quite dense and it takes a while before things are shifting and moving, I wanted to show you some programs that you can actually use them in order to move things and energy through your body to keep you in balance. Yeah. So I'm just going to stop sharing, and I'm going to share this one. Just bear with me. Have it somewhere here. Come on. Here we go. Okay, sharing. Done. Okay, can you see gold cycles? Screen it says gold cycles. Thumbs up? Yeah, everybody seeing it? Okay, perfect. Okay, so if you don't have this, you can find this in your back office. It's Healy app program overview, and it has all the programs in there, literally with descriptions, which I love. Yeah. So gold cycles and bioenergetic harmony 1 and 2 are systematic program groups. So this actually works not on a specific organ, but it actually works on a system in your body. Yeah. So all of you probably know gold cycles because you've started with gold cycles. If you haven't started with gold cycles, then go on gold cycles because it's a must. Yeah. So it is a systemic program group that actually really beautifully prepares your body for everything and every other program you're going to do afterwards. Yeah. So if you haven't noticed, there is a protocol to it. You can look it up as well if you want to. I'm going to just give you a quick overview so you understand. So when you look at it on your phone, yeah, you can see that at the top it starts with pure, and then you have 3 programs here, and then 3 on the bottom in a V. Yeah. So that's not done because somebody just forgot to put it somewhere else. Yeah. So you literally start gold cycles in a protocol, and the protocol is a spiral. Yeah. So you start at the pure, you move on to being, and then you move on to relax, and then you move on to release, and then you move on to energy, and then you move on to care, and you finish with balance in the center. So it's like a spiral. Yeah. And then you start with pure again, and again going in round and round in circles. Yeah. In a spiral motion. Yeah. So this is how it was meant to be done. And if you do that, if you do 2 programs a day, just keep on going in a spiral, do it for a month or so. So you finish spirals. And it's really beautiful because it works. Pure is beautiful to actually go deeply into the cell, detox everything. And if you're feeling out of balance, gold cycles are my favorite to go to. Yeah. So if something, you don't know what's going on, emotionally, physically, whatever, like in the body, you're not feeling really okay, go to gold cycles. They are amazing. I still use them all the time. I normally do like a proper protocol once or twice a year, but otherwise I use the programs in between. So the care, we know this is for the physical support. Yeah, so this is for the physical support of the body. So if something's not right, do the care or release or pure. Those are really, really, really good. Then we have the balance, which is normally the balancing of all the systems in the body, but it works really beautifully with the hormones. And it bioenergetically harmonizes your energetic field of all the levels of the systems in the body. Then we have being, which is for your soul. So this is the emotional part, the energetic part of you. Yeah. So this program really works beautifully to center you back into your body. Energy. If you have tried energy, for me, I can only use it in the morning because I'm really sensitive to frequency. So if I use this at night or in the afternoon, I'm like an energized bunny. Yeah, you know that commercial, the energized bunny. So it really, really pushes your energy up. So just have in mind that if you are feeling a bit more tired, like throughout the day, or exhausted through a few months or so, just be aware that the energy will spike and then it can drop a lot faster. So make sure you prepare your body and support it with different programs for adrenals. Then we have relax, which relaxes your muscles, your tissues, anything in the body, and actually brings your mind-body balance back. And then release, I love release. It's not only the physical release, which is normally, well, a lot of people are saying that they are using this and it helps with releasing any discomfort in the body. But it's really good to actually release anything emotionally, if it's stuck, anything that, mental patterns that are stuck, release is really beautiful on that. Look at okay, and then the next ones are your bioenergetic harmony 1 and bioenergetic harmony 2. So these are more specific for the bioenergetic fields of your organs and the systems of your organ. Yeah. So it actually works on specific levels. For example, the fence is beautiful for your energetic defense system. It can be to strengthen your energetic boundaries, but it's also really beautiful to support your immune system. Yeah. On the tests that they've done with blood, the FENS program was lowering inflammation in the body. That's what they showed on the scans of the blood. And it's, for me, I always use it when I feel like my body's kind of not 100%. So I always put defense on to actually build up defense of my body. Shiva. Let's say that Shiva is really good when your body's kind of have some running nose or is kind of, coming down with a fever or something, temperature. So that's really good to actually balance the mucous membranes in the body. Then we have sensitivity. These are all the, like, if you have any like gut irritations, any reactions to certain foods or anything, if you're sensitive to, I don't know, chemicals in the air or something, and you've been like traveling, sensitivity is really good to actually help the gut with the irritants that are coming into the body. Then we have eyes harmony, so this is for the eyes. And then we have hormone harmony. This is my favorite because I'm working on the hormones. It's really beautiful. It really helps to balance the entire hormone system. So it doesn't target only one bioenergetic field of the organ, but it actually targets the whole system of the hormonal balance. Then we have intestine harmony, which goes really well with the gastrointestinal harmony in the harmony 2. Those two are beautifully together. They work on the intestine and the gut to actually the whole system of the gut to actually start balancing that. Then we have the nerve harmony. I like to use this if I'm really, really agitated or nervous. If I feel my feelings of anxiousness, that's how I use it. But it really balances the whole entire nervous system. Yeah, your nerves, even if it's on a physical level, like nerves, you know, if you have like a twitching in your arm or face or whatever, those are all nerves connections. Flexibility, if you feel like you be kind of stiff in your body, it actually works on the circulation of the body. It actually moves the blood, it moves the lymph. It's the whole system of flexibility of the bones and anything that's happening in the body. Circulation, it's connected to the flow of the blood, the lymph, and everything else in the body. Potency, this is, guys, can you stop drawing on my, can I stop you drawing on my, I love that you want to participate, but I don't know how you can actually draw. I need to actually see if I need to change the settings. Okay, so potency is really good for reproductive organs. It doesn't matter male, female, it really doesn't matter. It actually works on the entire system of reproductive organs. For mature women is women that are, you know, not anymore in the reproductive cycle. And it works on the hormone balancing as well as the other systems in the body. For women, I like to use that for myself. I like to use that for during my period. It's connected to the lower abdomen, so it works not only on the hormones, but it also works on the tension in the body, which is beautiful. And then the bioenergetic harmony 2 has the gastrointestinal harmony. This is beautiful if you feel like, you know, if you've eaten something and feel like a bit bloated, this one's really good. Bacteria harmony. So if your gut is out of balance, and for example, your body is not really coping, you know that your bacteria is out of balance. So that's a really good program to actually help bacteria in the entire body system in order to actually balance not only in gastrointestinal tract but entire bacteria system. That also is really good if you have, for example, like a wound and you want it to heal faster, for example, or it has you don't want it to get infections or anything, so you actually balance your bacteria in the body. Tonsil harmony. So tonsils are your first defense of the immune system. Yeah, they're closely connected to your lymph nodes here in your throat. And if your immune system is low, it's really something to support the building of your immune system in the body. It's also good if you have, for example, throat chakra connection, like throat chakra is blocked, for example. You can actually run tonsil harmony to actually balance the energy within the throat chakra as well. Liver harmony, which is really important. If liver is not working properly in the body, the toxins are not actually being eliminated properly in the gut. The gut takes the function of the liver halfway, not entirely, but it gets more aggravated. Yeah. So liver is something. Firstly, the function of the liver is to literally eliminate toxins. Yeah. And the second is hormones. It also stores fats and transform fats and filters the blood. Yeah, so it's really, really important organ in the body. So we need to really take care of it. So this one is really specialized, but because it's a systematic program, it doesn't work only on the liver. It works also on the system of the liver. So the meridians and the pathways everywhere around the body that focus on the liver. So then we have food imbalances. So if you have food consumption and you feel like, you know, you get irritated, or for example, I use this if I travel, like on the plane, when you have the food that's not really ideal of what you want, I like to run that one and then gastrointestinal harmony to actually help the body cope with the foods that I'm not used to. Impurities are really beautiful when we are literally looking at the detoxification of the body. These are all the toxins that are coming in the body and through the body, and we want to eliminate them out of the body. Just remember that this program of impurities will stimulate your liver and gut. So that means that you might have some changes in the detoxification pathways and your elimination. Yeah, just to give you a heads up. Head harmony, this is beautiful if you are like working a lot with computers and, for example, have a lot of thinking to do. You're overwhelmed with emotions, information. Head harmony is beautiful to reduce the tension. So if you, at the end of the day, feeling any discomfort in your head or you're overloaded, head harmony is really beautiful for that. Prostate harmony is really beautiful for men. It focuses on the function of the prostate, but also the circulatory system around it, so through the body and the reproductive organs. Lung harmony, lungs are really important because we're going to look at that in detoxification session we have at the end of the month. Lungs are the organ that actually detoxes everything out of the body, yeah, including with our kidneys. So lung harmony is really important. So if you have a shallow breath, if you really like stress in your body, lungs need to open up in order to get more oxygen in. So running a lung harmony will help you balance the weight that you feel on the lungs, as well as make your breath deeper. Yeah, and that also helps to balance things in the body with more oxygen coming in, more blood circulating through the body. Thyroid gland harmony. Thyroid gland is a beautiful butterfly gland that's literally around your throat. It is like our thermostat. Yeah. So, for example, thyroid is really important for women, especially for women, because it plays a huge role in hormones. It plays a huge role in your stress levels, your hormone levels, your reproductive system, and also later on in menopause. It actually regulates your temperatures, throughout your life, but in menopause, sometimes you can feel it a bit more. Yeah. Joints and bones, these are really beautiful if there's any discomfort around your joints, or if you have, for example, I don't know, if you have had I don't know, how do you call it, an injury, and you want to stimulate your body to actually start healing the bones faster, to start moving the cells in the blood into that area. It actually distributes the minerals and the circulation through the body, focusing on the bones and the joints. Then we have sciatica nerve harmony. I don't know if you actually know that you have a sciatica program. So if you have any back pains, discomforts, and you know that it is connected with the sciatica nerve, this program is actually really, really, really good. Yeah, so it actually releases the tension in the nerve and the tension around the muscles that are kind of pushing on the nerve, and helps the body to kind of calm down and relax, and kind of pushes the information through the nerve, because we have the information moving through the nervous system, right? So sometimes you could feel like a pulsating effect after this program, because the nervous system is kind of being activated. So these are the basic physical programs. We're going to look at the meridians and everything else in another session. But I would really encourage you to start exploring these programs, to see how they focus and how they affect your body, and what programs bring you into balance, and what programs your body actually needs. I would really encourage you to start exploring bioenergetic harmony, because it's fantastic list of programs that majority of people miss, and they focus on other programs and resonance and everything else. But I really, really love these two and the gold cycles for any physical body discomforts and anything physical support because they are so beautifully packaged that you don't actually have to think about anything. So if you do scan yourself on a physical level and bioenergetic harmony comes up, run those programs, please, because they're actually really, really effective on the body. Okay, so these are the basics of the physical today. We are going to move into more emotion energetic later, and we have a deep cycle session and meridian session, and the detoxification session this month. So we're going to look at the physical part of the body so we can kind of start digging deep. Okay, oh my goodness, it's 8 o'clock. We went completely over. Okay, let me see if there's any questions. If you have a question and if you really want to talk, just pop your hand up, and I'll unmute you. Is this known as anti-knocking principle? Michelle Lee, can you explain that one? For me, so maybe I can answer. What about the Meg Healy water programs? We're gonna do a Meg Healy series separately. So this is, because we only have an hour and we always go over with questions. We're trying to pack things into sessions, but there'll definitely be more trainings coming. So we're gonna look at Meg Healy series for sure. Can Schussler salts maintain the deficiency? Okay, Priyanka, this is what I've answered at the Schussler salts, and I'll answer again. So, of course, frequency our body can accept frequency in Schussler salts as minerals. But if your body is already really, 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 really deficient, yeah, it will take a long time before your body actually gets enough minerals. So this is my suggestion, is to actually run the Schussler salts or digital nutrition mixtures or whatever while you are actually supporting your body with minerals. Why? Because we don't live in an anti-stress world. Yeah, we have stress all the time, and with stress we actually deplete minerals out of the body. So it's really important to actually vibrate that into your body, which actually helps your body absorb it faster and deeper. Yeah, and actually means that you shorten the amount of time to actually for your body to start absorbing and replacing the minerals that you've lost or you've been deficient of. Yeah, that's what I would do. Vital substances and digital nutrition too, the same, like anything that's vibrating. So digital nutrition, we're going to look at the whole session because we're going to look at what mixtures are, so you can actually see vitamins and minerals in there. But as I said, digital nutrition as a supplement, if you are in balance, then of course frequency is great because your body can absorb that from food that you're eating. But if you, oh hello, Zoom is doing all the sizzles. But if you're already depleting yourself and you've been depleted for so long, then you don't have enough storage in order to actually replace that only with frequency. We're not there yet. Unfortunately, we still live on a physical body. So we need to kind of combine things together. Yeah. But tell me if it works only for you with frequency. Great. That's perfect. Root causes of the disease. Yeah. That can be a few months long session. Yeah. For the root causes of the disease. The only thing I could say is, remember, foundations, right? If your body has minerals, if you have enough water, if you have enough sunlight, if you have enough exercise, if you have enough oxygen, and you're combating or supporting your inflammation in the body, right? Which can be caused from all of these. You're literally doing the foundation for any root cause of any disease or imbalances in the body. Yeah. Okay. Can you repeat, Kushbo? What would you like me to repeat? Could you please repeat once, missed? I have no idea what this is. Gold cycle sequence. Okay, gold cycle sequence. For anyone that would like to know the gold cycle sequence, where do I have my programs? Nope. Here. Okay. Gold cycle sequence. Spiral. Yeah. Start at the top, going down, up, and into the center. That's all you have to do. Literally, if you have 2 programs a day, you start with pure, and then you continue with so you literally just follow the spiral. You don't have to even know. Just look at the phone and follow the spiral. That's all you have to do. Yeah, just draw a spiral on there with your vision, third eye, and then just start with the top, going down and into the center. That's the sequence. Okay. Single side should be taken. How many program maximum we should take it? Okay, so how many programs a day? That's a standard Healy conversation, which is 3 IMF programs max per day. I would encourage you that if you are sensitive to frequency, any of the programs are longer, then max 2. Yeah. Be mindful. Always 1 day a week. Do a pause. Yeah. No programs at all. What's the one I can use from? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Ariel. That must be really hard. Anything with nose. Oh, sorry. Oh, perfect. Okay. I'll unmute you and we can have a chat. Here you go.
Hi.
Hi. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like a 4-letter word I don't wish to express.
Okay. I can feel you.
So I'm in Dubai for an event, and the gym door where I went to work out was so clean, and they don't have a sign on it, so I walked into it.
Oh my goodness.
Can you see my nose?
Okay, that reminds me of an incident I had when I was little. I was roller skating and I literally spot on banged my head directly into the light post on the sidewalk. So I
I'm
feel you.
laughing. Yeah, I'm laughing now, but at 7:30 this morning, I'm in Dubai, so it's about 2 o'clock. So at 7:30
Oh my
this
goodness.
morning, I wasn't laughing because my whole nose
Yeah.
was bleeding. There was just blood
Oh my
everywhere.
goodness.
And
I'm sorry to hear that.
oh no, it's
I'm glad
okay.
that you're okay now.
Yeah,
So,
I'm the only, yeah, I'm very calm because as soon as that happened, I went into the Healy advisor and I asked the Healy advisor, what should I take? And it came up as burden 15. So the programs that came up for me were lymphatic drainage, the power of 3 classical, and then
physical, yeah.
Vata, connective tissue, and release. So since morning, I'm on the 4th program now. I took a break in between.
Okay.
I'm on the 4th program now. I'm very calm. It's quite swollen, but I spoke to a doctor in India and he said, just ice it and you don't need to see anybody. The cut will heal. It bleeds off and on the cut because it's quite a deep cut because the whole nose was bleeding.
Of
And
course. And nose normally starts bleeding a lot faster.
yeah, very
I
fast.
would stop the programs now that you're on a 4th and just ice it. If it comes up, I would start tomorrow morning with defense. So you can start lower the inflammation. Yeah. And
in which program, ma'am?
bioenergetic harmony 1, defense.
Bioenergetic harmony 1.
1 in defense. Yeah. And then you can actually tissue harmony is beautiful.
I'm doing tissue harmony. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I just
tissue harmony. Lymphatic is now that that everything started calming down. I would focus on tissue harmony defense, so actually to keep the immune system going. Lymphatic drainage is good. Otherwise, classical physical in Power 3 would probably be the best, better than lymphatic, because now that lymph is moving around, so it's not as swollen as it was in the morning. Yeah.
Does it really look bad?
No, it doesn't. You couldn't even see it, but I can imagine it's hard. So just have in mind that you need to lower the inflammation, right? Inflammation is good now because your body's actually healing, right? So slowly lowering the inflammation, building up your immune system So defense is beautiful for that. Classical physical and power 3 is beautiful for that, to actually start building the physical tissue and regeneration.
So I'm running
Tissue,
right now. Is it okay?
sorry?
I'm running classical physical right now. I'm taking the
Yeah,
program right now, classical physical.
yeah,
And after I took the release program, the pain began to go down a lot.
correct. Correct. Because gold cycles are systematic cycles. So release programs are beautiful. So defense, tomorrow I will do defense, release, and tissue harmony.
And
So
today,
when
no more
after,
programs?
no, leave that one and that's it. Because
Okay.
otherwise you're gonna overstimulate the body.
Hmm.
And if you do have some pain, then I would use local stimulation, because local stimulation programs are not IMF programs. And you can run them as many times as you want. You can use the local stimulation 1 if you want to. That's used to be called chronic pain. But that can actually help you with the pain in the body. So you can run those as many times as you want. Yeah.
I think that. So I
Um,
just clip it onto my ears, the electrodes, and
yeah.
run the
Yeah.
stimulator.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can do the bracelet as well with the local stimulation 1. So
Oh, I
it's
didn't
not a
know that.
problem.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
fine.
But it's not an IMF program, so you can do it as many times as you want. Yeah. But for now with IMF, I would, that's the last
Stop
program
now.
you have.
Okay.
Yeah. And then tomorrow you have 3 programs, and just keep eyes on the nose in between and let us know how you go.
Yes, thank you.
After 2-3 days, I would then start looking at the scar tissue in the beauty programs. You have scar tissue local, scar tissues systematics. So all of those things, I would like start looking at those programs in order to actually help the skin start regenerating.
Okay, and wish me luck. I have to sing for 3 days. So I was just wondering, because the nose is so
Oh,
important to
wow.
sing, right? So yeah,
Yeah. Hope
yes.
everything goes well.
Thank you so much for taking my question, and
You're
thank you for this
welcome.
class. I was just waiting to ask you the question because I need to go to the dock.
No
But
worries. That's
thank
it.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's a wonderful
You're
class.
welcome. Take care of yourself.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Okay. What one can I use for? I was taking Ska Harmony. I was taking Ska Harmony local, but even after increasing frequency till 100 current was not flowing. Okay. 2 things. If the current is not flowing through the app, yeah, that doesn't mean it's not working. Yeah, so there's 2 things that can be a situation. Yeah, one is either the frequencies are really low, so 0.1, 0.2, 0.5 frequencies. Yeah, so if that happens, if the frequencies are low, that sometimes means that there's not enough traction between your skin and the bracelets in order to actually the sensor to actually sense that the current is flowing. Yeah, the second thing that could be an option is that your body how do we say, so we have currents in the body, like we call them meridians or nadis or whatever you want to call them, pathways. Yeah. And sometimes the energy can get stuck. It's like with chakras, for example, we have these pools of energy. Yeah, it's like pools of water. So if the water is flowing down, but one of the pools is like has leaves and branches in there, right? So the water is not flowing properly. The same happens in our body, right? There could be a stuck energy, like a blockage. So if because the current with bracelets, it goes through the hands and goes through the heart on the other side through the other bracelet. And when the current goes through the heart, it actually, the Healy sensors sense it that the current is actually flowing. But if there is certain blockages on the pathways, sometimes it means that you need to actually have it on a higher percentage for a while in order to actually break through that pathway and through that blockage in order for the current to flow. That doesn't mean that the frequency is not getting into the body. It just means that it might not be as a smooth path as you would like it to be. Yeah? Does that answer the question? Okay. Do you still have one question because you raised your hand, or? Okay. Shubo, or do you want to ask your question now? Because I've just answered yours, or is that it, what you had? Tell me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Khushbu? Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
the question you had, or do you have another question?
No, I had the question, but this was not the case of bracelet. Actually, whenever I put it on the back, through the chips when I'm trying to take the frequency, it always happens that, even if I'm increasing the current, it shows that it's not flowing. And then I was in a mindset that, is it going through or not? And still I continue to take the program with the 100 frequency also. So I don't know if it is correct or not. So
So
that's the reason I did.
This is for the sticky pads.
Sticky
You
pads,
mean?
if you put it on the back.
Yes.
Only in those
So
cases.
with the sticky pads, I will give you an example. Yeah. A friend of mine, we had a beautiful lady that's our friend of ours. She had an issue with her knee. Yeah. And we put her on sticky pads on each side of the knee, and ran local stimulation on her. And at the beginning, we pop it on 100 and the current was not flowing at all. Yeah. So I said to my friend said, Petra, it's not running. What do I do? It was like, just leave it. It's still running, but there's a blockage in there because she had inflammation in the knee. Yeah. So after 10 minutes of running the same program on 100%, yeah, what happened is all of a sudden our friend goes, ow, right? And we were like, what's going on? So the blockage actually went through and the current started flowing. So we needed to lower the intensity from 100% to 20% because anything over 20 was too intense for her. So it just means that might take a while before you actually get the current moving through the pathways. Yeah, just so keep going. What's the program that you're running?
It was a skin program which had scar harmony system, skin impurity system, scar harmony local, and scar harmony, skin harmony local. That was the program.
Okay.
And one thing which you said was that only 3 programs should be taken. 3 IMF means 3 pink cap programs, right? In a day. Maximum
So
was
not pink app programs. So pink app programs have IMF programs and non-IMF programs. So non-IMF programs are the local stimulation programs. Yeah.
okay.
Everything else is IMF. It will say IMF next to a program. If it says IMF next to a program, it means it's IMF program. So no more than 3 IMF programs per day. Yeah, because otherwise you're running a current through your heart. So we don't want to overstimulate your body. We want to give your body time to actually integrate frequencies. Yeah, because otherwise you're just smashing with potatoes and tomatoes and everything, but your body can't really absorb anything.
Absorb anything. Correct.
So yeah. And it does make sense if it's scar harmony local, it will make sense because scarring is a tissue that becomes really thick. Yeah. So it's not an elasticity of the skin. Yeah. So you need to actually push the energy through before it becomes smooth. So that makes sense to me that the current is not flowing.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, Kushuba. Okay, let's look at if there's anything else and then we can go. You said the frequencies can equalize each other, so isn't it anti-knocking? Well, yes, but not. No, because you have two different frequencies that equalize each other, so they become imbalanced. It's flat line. It's neutral. Yeah, anti-knocking to me, I could be wrong. Yeah, this is how I understand it. Is that you have two different frequencies that actually bounce off each other. Yeah, so it's like a magnet. Either they polarized or they pull into each other. Yeah, so I could be wrong. Don't take me for that, but that's how I understand it. Can you tell me, is it usual? Awesome, thank you. What is the best protocol for? We don't answer the medical questions. So I would advise you, Carmen 10, to actually use your Heal Advisor search module. and pop whatever you are wishing to support in there, and it will come up with a certain list of programs, and you can do that. But with that, with anything with joints and anything that's swollen, remember, anything that's swollen, your body swells things up where there is inflammation. Yeah. So anything to lower the inflammation, anything with joints and bones, anything to move the toxins out, so lymphatic drainage, defense programs, bones and joints in bioenergetic harmony. But I would encourage you to use the Heal Advisor search model, so you can actually see whatever else. There's other programs, but I'm not going to list them now. So you can actually search in there. What is the best protocol for? No. Yes, so liver moves out the toxins. It filters the blood. Take away answer list of them. So 3 programs max per day. Yeah. I had a again, Preti, I would encourage you to use your Healy search module. There's a list of programs that will come up, but again, anything that is, so at the beginning, if we have any swollen issues or anything that, you know, our body kind of tears or doesn't work properly anymore, right? Your body's response for healing is inflammation. So we want to actually help your body eliminate those toxins and lower the inflammation and help to actually start bringing more oxygen into the area, meaning that we oxygenate the area that's, you know, that has an issue, and then we move on to a different part of support. Yeah, so we then move on to regeneration, or we move on to you know, specifically for that, I don't know, joints, bones, or whatever it is that you're trying to support, tissue that you're trying to support. Yeah, so all of those balancing programs depending on what you're looking at. Krishna, again, Healy search module, I would encourage you to start looking at programs that there. Michelle Lee, no. So if it says IMF program, I'll show you. Where do I have this? I don't know if you can see it. So you see how it says here, IMF next to the program. It will say IMF if it's an IMF program. If it's not an IMF program, it's a local stimulation. It does not have IMF next to the icon. See, there's no IMF. And if I go onto the learning, it says IMF here. Yeah. So that's how you actually see if it's an IMF program or not. Yeah, and no more than 3 of those per day. Ernie, again, Healy search module, I can't answer any medical questions. Again, trainings will be recorded as every week. They will be sent out through the email at the end of the month. If you wish to have it faster, normally it's the next day or the beginning of the next week. It's within my Facebook group. I can share the link to the Facebook group so you can go in. Just make sure, guys, that when you actually join the Facebook group, make sure to answer the questions and make sure to tick the box to accept the rules of the group, because otherwise you will be declined and you'll have to join again. So I'm just going to pop this one in here to everyone, and you can join the Facebook group. This is the Facebook group. Information about alkaline and acidic water. Okay, so as I said, water with minerals is alkaline. Water without minerals can cause acidity in the body, and it actually can leach minerals out of the body. So just the pH of the water doesn't mean it's alkaline. If the water has different pH of, I don't know, 8 and it's alkaline, that doesn't mean it's actually creating alkalinity in the body. So we need to understand that the only most acidic part of the body is your stomach. So if you are actually putting a pH 8 water into your stomach, you're actually diluting your acidic acid, which you need in order to break down proteins and minerals out of your food in order to absorb them. So the pH of water, if it's alkaline, doesn't mean it's actually alkaline for your body. For example, lemon juice, it's acidic, but when it comes into your stomach, it's actually alkaline. So we need to understand how certain elements put into the body are actually influencing our body. So water with minerals actually has alkalinity, has probably 7.5 pH, but when it comes to the body is alkaline because the water can pass into the cells and actually pulls out the toxins. Yeah, so it actually makes your body alkaline. So anything, nostrils, it depends of what is the blockage about. Like if it's mucus, then you can do something, programs to support your immune system, like defense. You can also do lymphatic drainage. You can do, like, depending on what the situation is. 1 day off per week, blue app, depending on how your body is actually, responding. If your body is responding okay with the blue app, I normally do 1 day off from everything. And I normally do that day that I don't do programs, I actually go ground and go to the ocean and do all the nature stuff so I can actually recharge from the nature. Resonance, Preeti, we have a whole lot of trainings on the Resonance app in our group. Last year, we've done months of it, and there's protocols for that Healy offers, so I will direct you to that. You can watch the trainings then. Well, if it's bone, I don't know, if depending on the situation, I'm no expert on that. So, but you can try bones and joints, and you can try lymphatic drainage, you can try lowering the inflammation. That's what I would do, but I can't tell you because I don't have your experience. No, I can't use your email. It will go directly. I can't take any of your emails, so it will go directly from Healy newsletter, or you can join the group for recordings. Okay, that's it. Oh my goodness, half an hour over again with questions. Okay, anything else? Any aha moments? Anything that you have to ask? Anything to answer? If not, I will thank you for tonight, and I will see you next week. We are doing what is next week? Body positivity and self-love. So we are taking a different aspect of the body this time around, and then we're moving deeper into the deep cycles and meridians. But that is it for tonight. Have a great, beautiful night or day or wherever you are, and I'll be seeing you next Thursday. Thanks everyone for coming. Good night.